Who is an entrepreneur? What role does he play? Is he a superhero or a supervillain? There are over 7 billion people in this world. Hardly 1% of them are entrepreneurs. Yes, only 1% of these many people actually turn out to be entrepreneurs. But there's an even more interesting statistics. Only 1% of the companies that they start survive beyond 10 years. Survives and builds a company beyond 10 years. And if he doesn't, then he could become a supervillain. Well, even as he builds a company, a successful one in that it could be, he is often termed as the supervillain. Let's understand, let's try and see why he is termed as a supervillain. One of the things that he is very capable of doing is he could manage uncertainty in the external world, and he could provide certainty for people inside the organization. So it's a very difficult job to manage. Not many people can handle this part. He sees a lot of uncertainties in the external market. He takes up the challenge on himself, and he tells himself that he is quite capable of managing the challenge outside, and yet provide a certain predictive environment for the people inside. It's a tough job. You really need to be ambidextrous if you really need to manage two extreme ends of expectation from people. So he has primarily a role of an entrepreneur who sees opportunities in every challenge and builds a particular business and works towards making it successful. However, he also has to play a role of an expert in the organization. So oftentimes he is the expert in the organization. So he has to know the technical challenges that a product or a service has to handle for the clients. He needs to understand the depth of the pain that the beneficiary or the client group may be feeling, and he should be able to offer a technical solution for removing the pain. He is also an executive. He is also an employee. He is also a manager in the organization. He has to manage quite a bit in the organization, and he needs to be able to execute on his ideas, what one would call it as maverick ideas. He has to handle it himself. So he really has three roles to play: an entrepreneur, expert, executive. But that's not all. He also has to play the role of an investor. Not many people are willing to invest in a startup. So he has to put in his own money. He has to manage his money. So his primary goal is to make sure that he could manage his investment, put in his own hard-earned money, manage the uncertainty in the external market, become an expert in his organization, create a product or a solution that is the best fit for the market that he has identified, execute on his plans, and ensure that his money is protected, the organization is growing forward, and everybody is provided a certain environment inside the organization. So an executive likes to manage in a certain environment. An expert likes to manage challenges but not uncertainty. Investor likes to invest in uncertain environment to an extent. They would want higher rewards if there are higher risks. But it is the entrepreneur who takes the brunt of the situation. So how do you expect him to manage in a situation like this? So he has to become a supervillain sometimes, and that is a big challenge for an entrepreneur. So if you're an entrepreneur, you need to learn to manage all the four roles, and only then you can be prosperous.